Yes, sir.
It's the COD
Episode 55.
back again.
Yes,
Let's
sir.
get
Your
it.
boys, Ryan, Paul, Gordo,
We
Big
got
Three,
Gordo. That's it.
back in effect. Yeah, man. So what you're seeing on the screen, if you're watching on YouTube, we got the latest Gordo NFT, one of the Amana Angels up there, available now. We're gonna have the link to the rareable down below. So go and check that out in the meantime.
Mm.
But gentlemen, how's the week been? How's everything?
Hey,
Cool.
everything. Yeah.
Lakers
Everything cool,
losing.
Yes,
man.
sir.
Everything
We
cool.
we staying out of the crosshairs. We staying healthy. I know it's been a lot of scares. I'm finally off isolation.
Nah, I gotta go get tested again. A little one
Okay.
had
Word,
COVID,
word.
and
Mm.
so
Monitoring everything though. Everything
yeah,
cool
everything's
right
been
now.
good.
Yeah.
We just got to get tested. It's about to be 10 days, so I'm gonna
It's a
see where
lot
it's.
of people, bro. Like it's a few people who like my mom's old coworkers that she still keeps in touch with. A lot of them were all like, "Yo, I think I might have it." It's like, bro, this variant, it just seems to be a sweep.
Yeah,
Like
no,
they trying to make sure everybody got it or something. I
yeah,
don't
it's
know.
like going through everybody at this point. Because even if I feel like even if it's like even the mildest symptoms is like some type of form of it because it just seems like everybody's been having the same thing like oh man I'm going through body aches oh man like and it's just weird like it's just really weird like some people are getting tested like it's like me originally like I felt that I had it like I was like back knees like everything it was just like chills here and there coming and going. It was just like I thought I had it, then when I got tested, it was just like negative. I was like, I'm negative. Like, damn, I had to have
Right.
something for a couple of days. Like, what the fuck? Like,
I
it's
know
the
when they
way.
first tested me, there was like negative, but you seem to be exhibiting symptoms, so it could be a false negative. We'll send this into the lab. I'm like, damn, all right.
Hey, you
Like,
know what
you
though?
can't
I'm,
give me
I'm
a
gonna go.
break.
Hey, I'm gonna go hard though, man. I'm gonna go hard, man. It's that time of the year, right? It's the winter. It's the winter month.
Yeah,
Like
that's a fact.
it's still the flu. It's still the cold. It's still pneumonia. It's still all that out here, right? So I
Definitely get
know
tested for those too when you go to. Like, ask them, like, yo, send in
100.
the flu test, send in the strep.
Because I know I know beforehand, when the Pfizer and Moderna and all that, when the first doses were coming out, that's what people were arguing. They were like, man, like everything is COVID. Like, what about the cold? What about the
Yeah, where'd
flu?
that go? Where'd that
Yeah, yeah,
go?
yeah, yeah. Now nobody's arguing. Everybody's just like, all right, Omicron. I'm like, okay, yeah,
Yeah.
Megatron. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
Omar,
nah.
yeah,
Definitely go get tested.
he can
Definitely
shoot.
go get tested. Don't just assume. But
Yeah, no, that's
yeah,
hey,
because like
man.
I and like 'cause I work for Amazon, and so the thing is they are making people go get tested, even if they're like, hey, I feel perfectly fine, but I'm exempting symptoms. No, go get tested,
Mhm.
bro. Like,
And
right,
make sure
no
you
doubt,
stay hydrated. Make sure you stay hydrated because there's
man.
like a friend of a family friend that I know who caught it. They was doing fine. It was almost like their 10 days was up. And they went to go get hospitalized, and now their kidneys are being checked out because they was severely dehydrated. So
Mhm.
just keep your
mm,
fluids up, keep drinking your electrolytes, get a Gatorade or something. But yeah, it's a lot of stuff, man. It's
Yeah,
iffy. Now, I only bring up the COVID talk to kind of shed light on Lori Lightfoot,
fuck that life.
Chicago's mayor, because she was out here giving hell to these
Teachers
CPS teachers. Because the
just to
teachers is
have
like,
COVID.
hey, it's a little iffy out there. Maybe we should do the online. Let's do the remote learning for a little bit until this dies down, until this surge dies down. And then she gets on TV. She says this lockout is actually illegal. You need to go back to work. This, and that. Today on
But she
Twitter,
was the one
she
that was locking
reveals
people out.
exactly she was actually locking people out of their CPS accounts and things like that. But
yeah,
today on
man.
Twitter, she revealed that she caught COVID and that she'll be working from home. So her mentions was lit up with people like, oh, how about you go into school? It's safe, right?
Yeah,
Right.
How
nah.
about you go back
I
into
definitely
school?
was like, no,
So
I ain't gonna lie. I saw that. I was like, because I can't. She's an egotistical
Keep it
bastard.
going. Yeah.
Like
Don't
it's
hold
like
back.
it's like you're an egotistical, power hungry bastard that just simply like you will fuck over whoever. Like you don't really give a fuck about who you fuck over in political ties because at the end of the day, you really don't give a fuck about the ties that you have.
She's
Because at
a
the end of the day,
cop.
you because even it don't even matter because at the end of the day, she treated them motherfuckers the same way. Like you go
Mhm.
get your ass tested or not, you're not gonna have a job. Like it's just like it's just like you don't. It's like for a person that doesn't have a side or tries to make it seem like they don't have a side or whatever, you need to pick one. Like legit need to
Yeah.
pick a one because this is like at this point you are it's like you really just hated by everybody in the city of Chicago at this point. And
Yeah, man. She
I haven't seen that by any mayor. Like at least if the mayor gonna rock with somebody, they gonna have one group of motherfuckers. You feel me? Whether it
Right.
be the
who's
Be
whether it be
loyal to the
supporting her.
cops or be
the
loyal to
cops.
the people.
Yeah, exactly. And then it's just like even if in the past the other layers weren't really loyal to the people, they were loyal to like a percentage of the people, but majority it was
Rich
always a
people.
fucking cop.
Yeah.
You feel me? So
Yeah. Yeah.
it's just like what the fuck are you doing, woman? Like
Yeah.
it's like what the fuck are you truly doing and what are you
Yeah.
trying to accomplish? Like it's just like at this point you want to be hated by everybody for the rest of your term.
Hey, she
Hey,
got
hey,
hit with that karma, bro. That's all.
hey, she got the vid, and I gotta say this about her, man. She got this attitude, bro. Like every time I read something or see something that Lori put out, it's like, man, this is strictly your opinion. You know what I mean? This ain't
Exactly. Like it ain't no facts behind
this
nothing.
ain't
It's just the lady
right.
She was saying the science supports that being in school is safe.
Right.
All right, we'll go back to the office then.
You feel me? Like
Right.
take your ass to the office. I'm pretty sure they're not gonna let your ass in. Fuck is you saying?
Facts.
That she tripping.
Facts.
That
Like
she
yeah,
tripping.
she's a fucking clown. Like I really wish when she was running for mayor and every time I saw her at the blue line in Logan Square, I should have just been slapping the fuck out of her. Like just just for all the future shit that she was gonna do, just like off the strength. Like
Yo,
You saw her on the blue line?
gee, like no legit. Like when I was staying with Bussy for those
Oh, yeah.
weeks during the campaigning and election, I would
Yeah.
see her at the blue line consistently at Logan Square going where the fuck I
Oh,
was going
yeah.
throughout the city. And I would be like, one day she like actually stopped me and I was just like, let me just listen to this shit. Like had I just not just like had my future consciousness like came back into my younger body, I should have just slapped her ass like in that moment. Like
She stopped you on the train like somebody selling Lucy's. Like, you want a
basically
cigarette?
like it was like some publicity shit. Like they had cameras and all type of shit out
hey,
there. And they're like
she passed you
yeah.
she passed you a pamphlet and told you she was for Chicago, huh?
she basically was trying to sell that message. And I'm just like, bro, like you annoying as fuck. But now I'm just like, I wish I just would have slapped you. Like
Hey,
just
Oh, man.
like if I would have just slapped you, maybe you would have never ran for Chicago.
She just said, "This is not for me. This game is not
You
for
feel
me
me?
right
Exactly.
now."
Because
man.
I feel like nowadays politicians really aren't like it's just like back in the day, politicians really had fears of shit. Like a nigga gonna send me a mail letter full of SARS or some shit, you know? Like,
Someone's gonna throw a brick through the window or
you feel me?
something like
Like,
Right,
that.
right.
like
They're gonna ride in the streets.
like it was a
Uh,
fucking real option back then and there. Like now that shit ain't no option. These motherfuckers not afraid to be like they need
nah.
that real fucking fear. Like ain't like bro, get in that bitch and do your job, or we gonna take your ass up out of this bitch
Hey,
either the legal way or the illegal way. Like it's just like their ass ain't got that fear no more. So that's why they be around this bitch doing anything. Like all these politicians, like Lee had fucking COVID and then had the nerves to get on the fucking floor of the Senate and talk about anti-vaccination shit.
Oh
Like, bro,
yeah,
Right,
you damn
right.
near died.
yeah.
Like,
He
and
gonna,
then
he
that's
gonna
what
give everybody in that
and
bitch.
that's the thing about what Harrison Ford talked about. Harrison Ford, shout out him, bro. He came in and was telling motherfuckers about climate change. Like we literally are sitting here listening to motherfuckers that don't believe in science, say they don't believe in science, and we continue to back these motherfuckers. Like at this point,
100%.
we look like some fucking idiots
Right.
Hey, have you
because
seen the
science
movie
is
Don't
fucking
Look Up?
real. Oh,
Have you
bro,
seen
that
Don't
shit was
Look Up yet?
it was hilarious,
Oh
but
yeah.
I'm just like,
Exactly what you
that's
talking about.
the reality that we
Exactly.
fucking live in. Like that's legit.
Exactly.
Like legit. We are surrounded by a bunch of fucking Jonah Hills and his mama. Fuck is you
Hey,
talking
Jonah
about?
Hill was like Trump Jr. or something
Gee,
like that.
that
Exact.
motherfucker, he had me pissed off the whole movie, but he was hilarious as fuck.
Right?
Like shout out Jonah Hill, like him and Leonardo DiCaprio. Like I don't know if it's
They
just
was
like
crazy.
them niggas like Scottie Pippen and Michael Jordan, damn near in a movie together.
Really
Like
though. They was
they
going
had
crazy.
funny as
Hey,
hell. Like, but yeah,
hey,
it
if you
was
haven't seen Don't Look Up, watch Don't Look Up if you're
yeah.
listening, because it's
Go with that shit is hilarious.
Yeah.
It's
yeah.
insightful. It's just like I looked at it as a satire to our reality of life right now.
Hey,
Facts.
100. You would think that shit don't make sense, but that shit is really happening right now.
Exactly.
They presented the facts, laid it out clear, and then throughout the movie you can hear all this debate. Well, I don't believe it. Do you believe it? We should do this. We should do this. And then you got the owner of the fake Apple in there, you know,
Right.
the fake tech company.
Oh yeah, bro,
talking
that
about,
shit was
well,
hilarious.
actually, I'm like, yo, you
We
could
can
have
mine
stopped
it for
this.
minerals.
Yeah,
I'm like, that's
bro.
exactly how these motherfuckers would
Be
treat us
thinking.
in reality.
Exactly.
They ain't gonna be sitting here like, bro,
Exactly.
this damn they're gonna have new gold and new diamonds on it, and they gonna risk half of the population to try to extract that shit.
And that shit's so crazy, bro, because everybody's racing to space right now, same way as they did in the movie.
Gee, motherfuckers talking about we
My
gonna have
bad.
space. They talking about we gonna have space hotels by 2025.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
You know,
Crazy.
land on some planet with wildlife. That was the craziest part at the end. I won't spoil it for people, but I was like, that's what you
the
get. That's
ending,
what you get.
that's what they deserve, though.
That's what you
They got what they got exactly what they was looking for.
Bro,
Hell
she
yeah.
was like, she like, can I go over there and pet that? I'm like, ma'am, you don't even know what that is. Like,
Straight up.
Exactly.
Hey, because we're talking about, you know, people who have influence and people out here like your girl, motherfucking Lightfoot. But I want to say rest in peace, Bob Saget, man. He was
man, yeah, Bob Saget guy, yeah.
He was a ideal father, and he was on the show Full House. If you guys didn't see it, and that's what with Mary Kate and Ashley and other
single father.
He you know, he was the host of America's Funniest Home Videos.
Yeah, that's right.
For you know, a long time before Carlton took over. But man, I mean, I grew up on America's Funniest Home Videos as well as, you know, Full House and all that. So, and then you know, he was clean cut on those. But then when you saw his stand-up routines, man was raunchy, you know, so it was like a total like, oh, yo, you know, he had an iconic.
Wasn't he in Honey, I
Half-Baked.
Shrunk the Kids?
I think so.
No, that wasn't Bob Saget. That was
No.
He like Bob Saget's son.
Hey, but you know what though, bro? That's a whatever the real life too, man. Because when you're younger, you look at your parents like they know everything and know all be all. But then when you become an adult, you realize like, man, they ain't no shit. They were just figuring it out like we were. So just like you said, he played this single father who had all the answers and stuff on the show. But if you listen to his stand up, he was like, damn, he was a regular person. Shit.
Exactly.
He had the answers. Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, but
that was real, man.
Yeah, man. And he had a couple videos. I was watching it. Burner from Cookies.
Burner.
Hey,
Burner.
Yeah, he was posting up some videos with him and Bob Saget talking about weed strains. I guess he had a strain that was named after him, the Saget or the Bob. You gotta check that video out if you ain't seen that video. It's funny.
Yeah.
Shit, everybody need a little smoke.
Come on now.
Y'all watch Euphoria?
I did not. I watched. All right, so
I binged the whole first season over on like Friday, like legit binge.
The only thing I had watched, I don't know if you saw this. The only thing I had watched was their like holiday special episode.
Bro, I couldn't even finish that one. That one was like it was because
that was mad depressing.
Depressing. It was like,
but it was real. But
it was deep
like,
though. It was deep though. I didn't finish it because I'm like I was just like I was like, I had just finished the first season and I was like, this is just really too depressing to talk about watch after watching the first season. And so
Yeah.
I was just like, I get the message and I get what they were going through, what she was going through. But I was just like, this is, it was like, I could tell it was shot during COVID, because other than that, it wouldn't have been that one person,
Yeah.
that one conversation between the two of them the whole
Yeah.
time.
But that's my only experience with
Well, I ain't gonna
Euphoria. I
spoil.
haven't peeped the first or no, go ahead. Go ahead.
Well, I'm
I'm
just
not
gonna
really
say,
gonna. Yeah.
if you do watch Euphoria, last
Yeah.
week's episode was justice for season one. I feel
Let me
like
ask, who is Fez? I keep seeing
Fez.
that name,
Okay,
bro.
that's the man. I fuck with Fez. So Fez is the basically like the neighborhood drug dealer. Like
Okay.
he's a kid that dropped out of school to sell drugs. You know,
Uh-huh.
his family's with his family. Like basically what we found out in the first episode, because I'm like, we didn't get his backstory in season one. So basically how
Yeah.
Euphoria starts off, they always give a backstory of one of the characters before the episode starts.
Right.
And so they never gave Fez backstory. So his
Wait,
backstory
hold on. Let me just guess, because I saw a picture online. It was Fez played by Meech?
no, Fez not played by Meech. Meech is
Okay.
a whole new different character
All
that
right, let
just
me
got
stop
introduced.
asking questions and keep going.
And so so Fez so Euphoria, how they do it, they do a backstory of the character and then they play the episode, but that backstory is relevant to the episode because the episode is pretty much geared around that character. So this episode, with the first episode being in season 2 and how they left off with season 1 was like on a cliffhanger for what his story was. They come into Fez's backstory, so we realize that Fez's daddy was like some type of fucking owner of a strip club. His grandma walked in, kneecapped his daddy and walked out, but his grandma was the one that put him in the game. Like she was the one with the shits. So we kind of get his backstory of how he grew up. He was really kind of smart, but he dropped out due to he had to take care of the family, and money, that's where the money was at.
Right.
So we get to the episode. The episode's wild as fuck. Like I ain't even gonna start. Like they kind of blew my mind with this first fucking episode. Like we got motherfuckers fucking a best friend, ex-boyfriends, which is Nate, who got his ass beat at the end of the episode by Fez, which was so, I loved it. I would have did the same fucking thing. Like he was like you told me you wanted to kill me. He's like, new year, new me, playboy, or something.
Oh
And just
man.
went across his shit, and I was just like, thank you, because Nate deserves it. Like
Okay.
he's a fucking narcissistic psychopath. Like honestly, like he's a psycho, so he deserves that shit.
That's what I
But,
saw a lot of people on Twitter saying. So now, yeah. All right, I got
yes,
some context.
So it's gratifying in a lot of ways.
I mean, based off of his
overall.
like I didn't like if I didn't watch season 1 and I watched the episode, I wouldn't know why he beat his ass. But it's just like based off of all the shit that he did in season 1, that wasn't even half of the ass whooping that you deserve. Like your ass deserved to get real. Like he deserved to get real bones broke for the shit that he was pulling. Like Buddy ass was like crazy. Like he
was snitching.
He wasn't even like he snitched. Yeah, that's how really much why Fez got on his ass, because Fez told him like chill out on my homies, like, or motherfuckers will get on there with you basically. So he's like, fuck that. You scared of the police. I'm gonna call the police. And so he called the police here, buddy, flush all his shit. I would have beat his ass the same way. You feel me?
Exactly.
And so like it's so crazy. Like so in the episode we get Fez's backstory, why he has a little brother. So technically the little brother that he has is just an adopted little brother that his grandma, somebody left a child with his grandma and she just never came to pick up her child. And that's that's some, like, that's what I'm saying. This, like, if this is the new Degrassi, this is some fucked up ass Degrassi. I was watching the credits and shit like that, and I saw Drake and Future, and I was like, yeah.
I know Drake is he's a executive producer or something. So I'm like, he probably knows.
Yeah, so I can see him.
I saw somebody on Twitter say that this is Degrassi produced by A24. You know, A24, they were behind Uncut Gems and all those movies.
No,
I was like, oh, that makes sense.
No, it definitely. No, I could definitely see it. Like you could tell with the way. I took a film and I took a film photography class, and so as you could tell by the way that they're using the lighting, the angles of the scenes, the way they come in, like this thing, like they're not making this no regular smuggler ass like teen teeny bop TV shows. You know, like they're going high
Yeah, they
class
trying
with it.
to make
Like
this art.
yeah, exactly. Like they're trying to make sure that they're nominated every fucking year for something with their
Facts.
Euphoria. You feel me?
Facts.
That's the goal. Like we're going to make sure that if we're not nominated for writing, character, or something like cinematography wise, we will be nominated as well.
Yeah.
Right.
No, that's
Hey,
real.
Hey, speaking of nominations, hey, what you guys think about this Will Smith reboot of Bel Air, which is Fresh Prince? I don't know if y'all saw the trailer, but man, I'm excited.
So basically, this is going to be the Fresh Prince produced by A24.
Basically.
That's why I brought it up. Hey, that's why I brought it up so quick.
Somebody made the whole comment like, why can't we just have shit just be funny anymore? Like, why everything got to be so fucking serious? Because I'm watching motherfucking American Idol, and I'm just like, this is the most funniest shit. Like, it's just like it's like a rebranding of The Office, but in a different form. You feel me?
Yeah.
And so I'm like, and I saw part of an episode of that Abbott Elementary, and I'm like, this is funny as hell. It's just a rebranding.
Oh yeah, I seen that on Instagram.
It's like
somebody said it was like
the rebranding of The Office in just elementary school form, like the school system. So it's just like
it was like a black office almost.
You feel me? Like it's like really we not getting anything fucking fresh or new, but it's just like I hate when they take things like the Fresh Prince and we gonna make this shit serious now.
Yeah,
nobody want to.
They gotta. It's like I was
Fresh Prince.
What I was saying in the chord earlier was that it's it's a high margin of error, so you can go all the way to one way and then maybe people are not going to like it, or you're not going to do it justice and then maybe people don't like it. So like they gotta the margin of error is high, so they really got to knock it out the park and do it right. And if they do it right, then hey, they did it right. But if not, then maybe we could have. I guess you got to look at it like how to call back to Zendaya from her line in Spider-Man. Expect disappointment, so you're never disappointed. I got high hopes, but
100%. Hey, you know what? I think that they're reaching to try to pretty much bring this generation's Boys in the Hood. You know what I'm saying? Because if you look at the trailer, like I said, man, they brought it to like some real life. You know what I'm saying?
They took the song mad serious in West Philadelphia, born and raised. Exactly. They don't show like what he was going through. That made him, got to get shipped out to Bel Air and all that. Now, I kind of want to ask.
You heard me, Spike? Where you at, man?
No, but you know what's so crazy about it? It's like, but it's also like you got to think about it. Like I feel like every like kind of like black TV show is competing with being Power or something like now. You feel me?
Oh man,
like except for the Shy, American. That shit just horrible as fuck.
We're not even gonna talk the Shy. The Shy went somewhere else. It went way.
We don't know where.
Oh man! And the crazy thing is, the Shy had an opportunity to get some valuable input from one of our own, from Gordo. He actually did speak with Alina through a Twitter, interaction, and she reached out, but. Who knows if she uses like
we don't know where that plot line went, bro.
And it's a great point you hit on, bro. Like if you're gonna make a TV show about the Shy, man, talk to some people who, you know what I'm saying, like really grew up in the city, or like who was really outside, or like you want to,
or who's still there, because I'm pretty sure Lena is from the Shy, but she's been in Hollywood for a while, she's been moving around and things like that, and of course. She wants to tell the story through her lens, which is fine.
Through her lens.
Let's still, root the show in reality.
Right. Was you outside like that? Maybe not.
All I know is they the last season it was sex parties, and then it was Vic Mensa holding guns to baby moms, like
right.
All right. I'm sure there are people. I'm sure there are people holding guns. Shout out Asia. Shout out Asia.
And that's somebody's experience.
You say that's somebody's experience.
Hey, but what I want to ask, does anyone watch, or has anyone seen Riverdale?
Yeah, I used to watch
Riverdale.
Okay. Because I've never watched it. and I found out that it was a dark portrayal of the Archie comics. Am I correct?
Yes,
Right.
but it's actually based off of some comic book series too as well.
Okay.
And so it kind of made, because it kind of came, Riverdale came out, and then people got that Chilling Adventures of Sabrina, and they're like, okay, y'all just made both of these two things dark. But there's
because that's what I think of when I hear about this Fresh Prince thing. I'm like, well, let me see how those turned out, because this is kind of what I feel like it's gonna be.
Yeah, because the thing is, but those two had origin within comic books, so it's just like those things were able to be pulled off, and it just makes sense, like I'm just like, really have source material, so you really rebuilding these characters based off of how you feel that they would be within within now, like that's how I feel it, like
Oh, hold on, you want to talk about within now?
Because he's like, if I look based off what I see, Uncle Phil in the trailer, he seems like a fucking rich ass asshole ass nigga.
Hey, but hold on.
And that's never been Uncle Phil though. But
I want to touch on this. Bro, because I'm happy you brought that up.
They did make Uncle Phil a Republican in the original one, so maybe they're just trying to make him extra Republican.
Hold on. hey. Will Smith is a producer, or he has a hand. I don't know, writing or producing. He has a hand in this as well. It ain't just like the studio taking it and run with it.
Yeah. They picked this up from like a fan made trailer.
Right.
So that when Will saw that, he picked it up and he's working with it and whatnot. So
that's Will is from Philly. Who knows what his experience was? And I mean, we do got those type of people, who get a little money and start acting funny. You know what I'm saying?
So keep coming.
But it's just like I don't like that aspect of.
Because they're taking they're putting a lot on the Republican side, but taking away his fatherly aspect, because he was someone who had lessons.
Because it seemed like now it's like, okay, you giving tough love when that wasn't Uncle Phil's character. You feel me? Like his character, he wasn't a tough love type of father man. You feel me? He showed love and gave love. You feel me? And he respected those around him. Not based off of fuck their circumstances or what they've been through. He respected them off of their character and their person. What I saw in the trailer off of the Uncle Phil that we showed was an asshole that don't give a fuck about his nephew or his wife's nephew. You feel me? And so like that's not Uncle Phil. Like Uncle Phil was a nigga, like that's like even that first day Uncle Phil showed Will his crib and showed him the life that he was finna live, he didn't, that wasn't no tough love moment. You feel me?
Yeah. Hey, what?
And the thing is, black men and the reason why I say that's fucked up, because at the end of the day, Will don't give his own son tough love. You feel me? And the thing is, as black men and as black fathers and motherfuckers that want to have sons, we got to get away from that tough love aspect and show real love. You feel me? Facts. Unconditional love.
That's facts.
And so it's just like me personally, like you gonna reboot this shit and do it the right way. Stop showing the negative and actually show some positive.
Right. And I was gonna ask too, because that begs a question, that statement that you just made. Do you think that it's disrespectful to the memory of James Avery, who played the original Uncle Phil? Do you think that?
Yes. Yes, because for a motherfucker uncle to stand up to a motherfucker's daddy, that's some unconditional love. That's not tough love, and that I'm gonna leave you hanging high and dry when the fucking shit hits the fan for you. That ain't what Uncle Phil stood for. So it's just like me, I'm gonna watch this shit and I'm gonna watch it critically, because at the end of the day, the characters have to match up for me. Because at the end of the day, like the thing is, like I say, one of the biggest aspects of why Uncle Phil was a big, predominantly black father figure in the fucking 90s in the series, and of all the fucking fathers that we saw on fucking TV, is because he came with unconditional love.
Yeah,
it was not. Yes, he had his moments where he was tough on Will and Carlton and all that. Yes, but he always showed unconditional love, and it was never tough love and love that was just, hey, you on your own. Never that. Never gave them that. And then the first thing that I saw in the trailer was that man giving Will tough love.
Yeah. And Uncle Phil let Will get his ass whipped on the pool table But then Uncle Phil went and got
came back and got his
got the
fucking
bag
life
back.
back. You feel me? Come on now. He like I say, he let motherfuckers learn their lesson, but he never
Right.
showed motherfuckers tough love. Like he let you learn your
Mhm.
lesson in life, but you gonna either listen to me and do what I say, or you gonna learn and we gonna learn and we gonna go through the situation together. It was never no this your situation. I'm gonna leave your ass high and dry. No, I
Because you
love
know,
you.
as black men too, if you want to start parenting your sons like that and showing the tough love, like, all right, like let's say you got into some trouble, right? And the cops talking about, okay, here's your son, and then you say, nah, take him for the night, let him see. You know, it's almost like you throwing your son to the wolves when you know how this system treats black
Exactly.
men. So I
Right.
see where you're coming from.
Like, cause think about it, even it's like I think it was an episode where Will and Carlton ran into the head of running with the law. He told them like I think he was like, that's when he flexed on motherfuckers like, bro, I'm a judge, woo woo, but you not gonna disrespect us. You feel me? Like you not gonna like they're still, held like they still deserve all the respect and like I forgot what the episode was, but it was basically like him, like he stepped in, was basically like y'all didn't go about procedure about this, and he's like y'all treated them wrongly because they were black. He's like I'm not gonna allow that, and he just flexed his judge card on motherfuckers and they stood down. So it's like I know for a fact that that's not some like for you to just let Uncle like you not finna let him up like that's just not Uncle Phil in my opinion. Like when I saw that shit, I just was like this not even the Fresh Prince of Bel Air, is just the character names. You feel me?
Right.
Yeah,
Like
It
it's
yeah.
rubs
like
you
like
wrong. It rubs
and
you
I
wrong.
think and I think that's another thing that we got to look at it is like this. Like, is this gonna be something where we're just using the characters and this is a whole new reality and world, or is this gonna be based off of the characters of the original Fresh Prince?
Right.
Like so it's just like that's the thing about it. It's just like yeah, that's the one thing about it when people do these multiple TV shows and character reflips. Are we basing this character off of such and such, or is this gonna be based off of what you have in mind?
Right.
So is this like that's what I'm saying? Like I hate when people do reboots and it's like, okay, are we rebooting the series or we're just doing the series in a modern take? You know,
Yeah.
because it's
Yeah.
totally two different things.
Because that boy who playing Carlton got a big ass forehead.
Boy, and that boy that
All
playing
right,
Carlton,
I gotta watch this
he
this
do look
trailer
he look
now
annoying
because
as hell.
y'all
Like
killing me.
he look annoying as hell. Like he could be Carlton though. But then
Hey.
again, even then, the way that they fucking act towards, even the way that they act towards Will makes this not even realistic. Like this is not even for Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, because it's just like even though motherfucking Carlton did not like Will, he wasn't sitting around that bitch not making Will feel welcomed. And from what I can see in that trailer, Shorty ass has a whole vendetta against his own fucking cousin. Like that's some weird ass shit to have going on. Like I hope that's not part of the season. Like some Will versus Carlton shit. Like they're family, bro. Like that's weird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey,
Like that's weird as hell. Like Will and Carlton relationship was never some me versus you shit. It was I just crack jokes on you, but we like I still love you. You my cousin. I'm a
oh
ride
yeah,
for your
yeah.
ass.
Let
You
me
feel me?
look out for you.
You
Let me put you on
exactly.
game. You know,
You
even
feel me?
Carlton, let me show you how this works. You know,
Yeah, because
like yeah.
exactly like it was an evil equal exchange. Like Carlton showed Will how to fit into the rich lifestyle and get adept to being around preppy uppity motherfuckers, and Will gave him the game on the streets and ladies and all that shit. So it's just like when I see their relationship, that's gonna be one of the most key. Like I say, Will's relationship with Carlton and fucking Uncle Phil are one of the two key relationships in the fucking story. So if those two relationships are fucked up, I'm not watching the series, honestly. I'm not watching nobody build a relationship. I'm not watching nobody do anything like that, because at the end of the day, that was never the case. Like they came in, it was like I say, there was love there from the beginning, not some
So
you gotta
they're
find.
adding new dynamics that weren't there.
I'm
Right.
pretty sure that that's what
Right.
they're doing, because at the end of the day, they gotta
Right.
make this a drama series. You feel me? They gotta
It's
sell
not.
drama.
It's not. It still could be drama, but you could. You know, you don't necessarily have to add anything. You know,
Yeah,
you could take the comedy out and still have, you know, the Republican dad who teaches you lessons. You can still have the rich kid. You know, you can still have, you know, Will, and then you can go through things at school. You know, maybe somebody offers some drugs to Carlton or something, but it's gonna look like, you know, your Euphoria scene or something. You know, there's definitely ways to play it without, you know, changing the characters' personalities and things like that.
Yeah, they say it's they're calling it a reboot, a Fresh Prince reboot. So I don't know if I agree with that description. Yeah. I don't know if I
maybe a reinterpretation.
Yeah. I mean,
I was gonna say one thing I wanted to ask if anybody watched the because we're talking about these reboots and reinterpretations and darker takes on things. And the same thing, happened with Gossip Girl. I was listening to a podcast and someone brought it up. And back in the original Gossip Girl, my sisters watched it a lot and I caught a few episodes. And hey man, that was a big show back then.
Right.
This time around when it came back, I had peeped the first episode of the new shit. I don't know what happened to it. All I know is on this last podcast I listened to, shout out Throwing Fits, sneaker, streetwear, all that podcast. Anyway, they had brought it up at their end of year episode, and they was like, so this shit is horrible. I guess it started with a spark. Like the first few episodes, people really got into it, but overall they were like, nah, this ain't it. Like this is bad. They changed up the dynamics. They have all these hipster teachers. They tell you who the actual blogger is in the first episode. It ain't like you're gonna try to figure it out and stuff like that. So it does seem to be a trend out here where they're taking things that we used to know and
just
giving it that. Yeah.
Hey, to be honest with you, it's just like the Matrix. I know we talked about that previously, but I feel like right now, especially what happened in 2020 with the pandemic, I feel like studios are kind of just reaching. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they try to play it on the safe side. I feel like it's like this where okay, we know we gonna get people to watch this shit, and we can get people to go see this shit. But whether it's really good, that's gonna be up to debate. You feel
right?
Me?
They ain't really gotta like it, but we're gonna do some numbers.
Yeah, exactly. That's that's basically what they be on now.
Pretty much.
We know this shit ain't good, but hey, it's like that. What's that shit with Will Ferrell? And he's like, it gets the crowd going. You know that one.
Right.
What was that? Was that Ron Burgundy or was that motherfucking Blake? What was the racing shit?
Blake? It was the Blaze of Glory.
Talladega Nights. No, it was Blaze of Glory though. I think.
I think it was Blaze of Glory. Yeah, with the ice skating movie. The ice skating.
Blaze of Glory. Yeah.
I'm like, I don't know which one. It was. I just know it was just like it. This shit just reminds me of that moment where he's just like, it just gets.
Hold on. I seen someone in the COD just bring this up. I seen it in the COD. Nah. We still on this reboot topic. We just got to keep killing them all for a minute. Dexter. Have any of y'all peeped it?
I watched the last season. Oh man.
Yeah.
Oh man. I was a huge Dexter fan. This episode. But I read an article of what the creator said before the season finale, before I watched the season finale, and I still wasn't able to expect this.
Right.
I thought we was finna get some multiple seasons, son, father shit. You feel me? I was finna enjoy it. The way they ended that shit, I went and smoked the blood and cried. I'm not even
So let me ask you, did you like the ending? Because people are mad 50-50. I'm seeing people shit on it. There's people who have said they're not even gonna watch the ending because they've read bad reviews. Now I never agree with that. I gotta experience things for myself. I gotta experience things for myself.
I would have watched it regardless. It's just like I don't understand why he killed Logan. Like that was just like, why did you kill the black police officer? Like it's just like you gave her every fucking thing that you wanted. You could have gave, and it's like at the end of the day, they didn't really have any real life evidence saying that she didn't have any real physical evidence of Dexter doing any fucking thing other than a screw that she could have, like he had a reasonable explanation for that motherfucker being in there. Like it just didn't make sense for him to kill that police officer and then leave. Like that was the only part that was like, this isn't Dexter. Like, and it just makes no sense that he would do this after sending her to go find what she did. Cause it seemed like it's like had they left it like that and had the police brought in, it would have been
Yeah.
a decent way to end the season. Like, okay, Dexter's in jail. We don't know what the fuck is he gonna get out. So
Yeah.
let's see what he gonna have Harrison doing out there to get his ass free. That's what I thought the season's gonna end like if that was gonna be the case. Because I remember them showing the mugshot, but it was just like I didn't see them. It's like I had a feeling because the thing is, I said one thing. This is what I said at the beginning of the season because I called out Kurt. The first episode, I called out Kurt being a murderer, being that fucking serial killer buddy in the white. But I
Right.
also said when Harrison showed up, Harrison is gonna be the reason why Dexter dies, and I said that to myself.
Right.
Because I always say like if anything, a father is gonna die for his son, and I thought that was gonna be the moment, but they kept putting that moment in us, and Dexter kept on prevailing. So it's just like at this point, I was like, okay, Dexter's gonna die by Harrison's hand.
Mm.
Hey, bro, I've been numb since Game of Thrones. So y'all can
Yeah, you've been burned. You've been burned by that last season.
Hey,
Yo,
man.
apparently they still talking about it because like maybe like a month ago or something. Peter Dinklage was out there talking about y'all need to get over it. It's done.
Bro,
I was like, oh man. He was like, people still telling them.
People ain't gonna never get over that. You serious?
He's tired of y'all shit.
He was like, it's a TV show. I was like, oh my gosh. Like,
you obviously don't realize. You obviously don't realize the world we live in, bro. You gonna be forever Tyrion Lannister, bro.
And like, you probably read the books. You probably read the books, right?
Yeah, man. And I mean, people, and that was the argument before is that the TV show wasn't reflecting the books and there's some stuff that they missed and blah, blah, blah. Right. But they were doing good with the TV show, bro. It's like that 8th season, they just shitting on us all. You know what I'm saying? Like the 8th season, people was just like, for real? Like for real? Like y'all really just went to the studio like, fuck it, we just gonna end it. You know what I'm saying?
I feel like Dexter's ending wasn't even nowhere near bad as Game of Thrones ended. Like, think about it, it's like if you think about it back at the original ending that we got for Dexter was horrible as fuck. Like we didn't know what the fuck.
That's what I've been hearing.
Like we didn't know how the shit really. Like if I'm remember correctly, I just was so confused. I was like, is this nigga gone? Is this nigga on the road? Like I thought he took his damn kids with him originally the first time, but then comes to find out he really did it. So it's just like this season kind of really tied up all the fucking knots for us. Like Deb was like it, like we get a closure. Like hey, Deb actually really did die, and like she wasn't waking the fuck up. Like it made sense. Like like I don't understand why people kind of mad. Like it's like the fact. I guess they're kind of mad that Harrison didn't take up this mantle of being this the next Dexter, I guess. It's ultimately the real thing that you can be mad at. But it's just like that was the struggle. You feel me? Like Harrison figured out what his source of all this darkness came from. And that was the end of it. It like he said, like in the season finale, he's like, my darkness starts and begins with you. Like starts and ends with you. And that's exactly how that and that's exactly why I felt like if Harrison doesn't become the new Dexter, they ended it correctly. Like it's over with, And then it's just like at this point, and then at this point at this point in the series, we also have to question ourselves on whether, hey, did Dexter actually start to become this bad person? Even though, he was like, I'm not saying he was a good person in actuality, he's killing motherfuckers, you feel me? But it's just like we have to question, like, did he actually begin to get consumed by this dark urge to just kill motherfuckers?
Yeah.
And so it's like we get an answer to that in a sense as well, because like I say, when he kills the black cop Logan at the end, I'm just like, there was really no need to do that.
Yeah.
Hey man,
it caught up with him.
Like you said, at least you got some closure, man. Game of Thrones. I feel like I feel like
still out there on a ledge.
Hey, everything they built up through the whole 8 seasons, bro, they just destroyed at the end. You know what I'm saying? Like it made no sense. And none of it made any sense. So
right. Hey man, let's get an update on our Bulls, man. Time's progressing. These the playoffs is coming soon. Where's our standing? Where are we at?
One.
Let's get him. Yes, sir.
Still number 1 seed.
Yes, sir.
Hey man, I'm not gonna say we're going all the way, but we definitely going to the playoffs.
Oh,
We
for
going
sure. We in there.
we making it past that first round this year.
I was about to say, and dare I say it, hopefully to the finals. Dare I say it.
I'm putting money on them niggas to win it all.
Yeah. I don't know who's stopping us in the East, bro. I don't.
I mean, KD them ain't really proved themselves to be anything worth watching versus any top team. So it's just like I don't know exactly how that's gonna play out for them. And then it's just like Giannis them is just shakeable. And
yeah, people keep yelling Milwaukee. And yeah. I'm like, and they're like, but people on COVID protocol. I said, yeah.
He lost Jimmy, so I feel like we right there. Shit. We
right there.
Right in the fucking dough. Shit. Like it
right really, there.
So and then it's just like I say, the only motherfuckers that's really gonna stop us is the motherfucking Warriors. So
the Warriors.
I don't really give a fuck if it's the. I'm really going. If we go against them, I'm still gonna talk shit.
Hey, you know what?
I don't give no fucks.
I might have to put a couple dollars on them winning too. Why not?
I'm putting $100 bet right now. It's gonna come out to 1,000. I need it. Shit.
We go.
You feel me? Like I don't give a fuck because I got faith in them. Like it just seems like it's gonna end up being that fucking Toronto season for Kawhi Leonard, but it's DeRozan in Chicago.
Yeah, right.
And so
you know what? Like, and let's put out a disclaimer. The COD Pod is not supported by any betting or gambling platform whatsoever. We just saying we got
until we get that FanDuel sponsorship.
Right, exactly.
Until we get that FanDuel sponsorship, so I get my own code. And y'all niggas
right. We need
that. Yeah. Sign up with code the God.
MGM Grand, where you at? I know you got it.
All right.
Yeah, no, I'm. It's like honestly, like we still number one right now, and it's just like coming into the season, we never expected that. So it's just like the thing. It's like the only thing is like we got a lot of young guys, you know, and that's gonna be their first couple of years. A lot of them first time in the playoffs. Zach LaVine's. I think this will be Zach's first time in the playoffs. So it's just like it's gonna be a lot to prove. The pressure is gonna be enormous. So it's just like it's all about composure. And so it's gonna come down. It's really gonna come down to DeMar DeRozan and Billy Donovan. They gonna.
How's Lonzo doing? I haven't heard him.
Lonzo just doing his.
Lonzo
been going crazy. I forgot.
Yeah, he came. You know, he came back from COVID protocol. He doing his thing.
Cool. Yeah, Lonzo's a role player if I ever seen one, bro. He hit a couple threes. He good on the assists.
He go out there and disrupt defenses and get and make a deflection, get a steal. You know, Lonzo doing his thing. But like I say, it's gonna come down. Really, when it come down to it, we make this playoffs. It's gonna be our veteran influence and our coaching. You know, that's gonna be critical to these young boys. You know, because they gonna need it. They never been here. They don't know how this stage is gonna be set up. And
I'm gonna say it. We get Caruso back. That's the game changer. We need that defense.
So I'm like, I don't know if we gonna make any moves for this trade before this trade deadline. I don't really see us doing it because I'm like, Kobe White, I feel like we can keep him unless we want to get somebody that's cold as hell. We might as well keep Lil Bro.
Right, we might as well keep them. We might as well keep the whole team. Don't mess up the energy.
Don't mess up the energy because it's like if we not finna trade, I don't see us trading 2 or 3 motherfuckers for one person right now.
Right, and they ain't gonna trade Ayo.
Yeah, so it's like, we not trading him. Shorty's staying he gonna be there for a while. He not going nowhere.
100.
So I'm like I say, I don't see us making any trades or anything like that. But right now, I do see us really I really feel like we can go all the way. It's like other than that Warriors team, like I really feel like we can go all the way and take it. Like it's our moment where we having, like I say, we having our Toronto Kawhi Leonard moment with DeMar DeRozan right now. We that good right now. Like it's not saying that we like cold as fuck, but it's just like they play team ball, play team defense, and we pull out games. And that's what the 100%. Fuck that's what winning is. You feel me? So like I say, I want to see us against Golden State one more time. But other than that, I feel like we're gonna be the ones to come out the East. You know, if Kevin Durant don't really go on some fucking 40 points per game type of shit. Right. If he don't average a triple double in the playoffs, we going to the finals, in my opinion.
Hey man, I don't think Brooklyn got enough. That's
They
all
don't
I
got
got
to.
to
They don't.
say.
Hey, that
Man,
lack
got
of
enough.
Kyrie. That lack of Kyrie is very detrimental.
Man, got enough. Yep.
So I really, yeah, and like I say, and then Miami Heat lost Jimmy Butler, who is a key portion to their fucking team. I don't think they're gonna be able to mentally tough it out without him. You know, like they better. They got Kyle Lowry and all them, but they not. Jimmy is a really key piece of their team, and just Milwaukee just seem a step slow for me this year.
Yeah.
And Philly ain't
Yeah.
doing shit. We know they ain't finna do shit. They still got Ben Simmons' ass. But they are
Right.
talking like they talking about trading him and Tobias Harris to the Atlanta Hawks right now, and I don't understand I don't know what the fuck that trade is. Honestly, I ain't even really got no details on it.
Yeah, it's a lot of madness out here, man. I mean, shoot, who knows, man? I think Tom Brady getting another ring too.
I think his ass gonna get another ring. How y'all feel about that AB situation? Like even as
I
more
was gonna
stuff
ask. I was waiting. I was
as
waiting for
as
the transition
as
because
more
that's the
stuff
biggest
come,
sports story right now.
yeah, as more stuff comes to light, I really don't understand
What
what the
else is
fuck is
coming to
going on.
light? What else is coming to light?
He not really. Hold on. Let me say this before you get an answer. He ain't really giving clear answers either, bro.
Yeah, he really
like
not.
both sides, honestly, both sides, because the organization, the coach, and all them, they kind of kept it vague. And when AB was asked about it directly, he kind of kept it vague. So it's like we don't know all the details. Like we don't really know. You know what I'm saying?
Let me back it up real quick. So just to give people a overview of the original situation, AB, he's on the Bucks, right?
Right.
And I guess he says that his ankle hurts, or he feels like he's injured. The coach is telling him to play. He's telling the coach that no, I'm injured. The coach says if you don't go in and play, you're off the team. To which he responds by, I guess running off the field, taking off his gear, taking off his shirt, showing off for the crowd a little bit, walking out the stadium, getting, in a car and going. So, AB, he's not the I don't know, he's not the most mild-mannered athlete out there. He's had a lot of incidents in his past where you can look at him and be like, okay, this guy might be off his rocker. So he might not have the public on his side just because of what his past is, what people know him for. So when I see the situation at first, the initial response was, oh, there's AB being AB again. This guy's crazy. How could you stick up for him? Now AB is adamant that, hey, I was injured. This guy's trying to put me in the game. And, I went and got a second opinion from outside doctors. This MRI proves that my ankle is hurt. And the NFL Network actually confirmed this story, that the MRI did show that his ankle was hurt.
Was like he literally had the torn ligaments and the fucking shits all in his. Yeah, okay. Well,
so when I hear the NFL Network say this, like the NFL Network, honestly,
never really
they're a media. Exactly. They're not going to back any players. They're going to back the organization. So when I heard them say this, I was like, all right, it's a fact. And the coach initially was just going off he just didn't want to play, didn't say anything about being injured. Then the coach started backtracking and things like that. And now that we're here with all that backstory, what are the new developments? Because I'm kind of,
Well, it really hasn't been any new developments other than him sending that weird ass tweet, screenshot.
That's what I'm saying.
All right, what was the screenshot? What was
it? Was just like so basically he had been working with Tom Brady's like trainer or some shit. And so he sent the man some money and was like, okay, I'm not training with you no more. I need the money back. And Buddy's like, okay, I'll give you a refund. But he was seeming like Buddy wasn't trying to give him a refund or some shit. And I'm just like, I'm so confused with this screenshot and this tweet. You make it seem like Buddy an asshole, but it's just showing that your ass might be just crazy as hell. And I'm just like, that could be the case, So I'm just like, hey, whatever.
So what's y'all opinions on this then? Where y'all stand?
Hey, let me read this real quick. So AB 5 days via Twitter. don't get it twisted. My brothers have been good to me from time to practice squad. We were a top level unit. They have been good to me and knew nothing about my talks with coach last week. The team mishandled the situation. They let me down, and more importantly, they let down my teammates. So that's what AB posted up. So he's saying that he talked to the coach individually, right? So nobody else knew nothing about it. And I gotta say this, bro. You know, for private companies and corporations and small businesses, that FMLA stuff is for real, right? Like if you're injured or you're sick or something like that, like there are laws protecting you from, you know what I mean? You don't have to disclose to them what's going on. So now, me knowing that begs the question, right? Did he communicate that? Can he prove he communicated that? And you know, it brings up kind of some legal questions as well, because now if that's the case and the MRI is provided and now they cut him, like, man, can he sue? Like, you know what I'm saying?
Because this is like, you made it seem like it was because of my personality, but it ultimately is just because I refused to play on an injured leg that could ultimately injure, like that can hinder my potential pay. You feel me? Like, and that's the thing about it, where I would sue in a sense where it's just like ultimately, like this could have been like the longer I played on this could have been an injury that could end my career. I just made a damn comeback, won an NFL ring. I'm on a roll right now. Right. Regardless, it's like, yes, y'all gave me the opportunity, but at the end of the day, I'm still my own person.
Right.
It had to do what's best for me and my fucking family and myself. And so it's just like, with that case, it's just like, it's weird, you know, because it's just like, it makes no sense for a player to play injured unless this is the championship fucking game.
Yeah.
Now it's messed up. Now because social media and him, you know, walking off the field the way he did, it paints him in a horrible light, right?
And that's just because it's his personality and who he's painting himself in, like you say, his public image. You feel me? But the thing is, public image has nothing. And this is where I don't give a fuck about public image and how people perceive another fucking person, because at the end of the day, you're not in this situation.
Right.
If this head is it, me personally, I've been in basketball games and I done fucked myself up, and Lily head motherfuckers coaches be like, bro, we need you to get out there and defend this nigga so we can win. And I'm just like, bro, like,
if really I go out there, get hurt or injure my ankle more, and then you're gonna take money from my future, because who knows if I can get back on the field. Who knows if this is the last injury? And so I gotta preserve myself.
Fuck public image. I don't give a fuck if that nigga did a backflip out that motherfucker. His leg was still fucking hurt.
Right.
It don't change the fact he was running around on that motherfucker. He was injured and on the fucking field. And you were telling him to get back in the game when he told you he clearly couldn't do anything else. Like, it's okay. It's just like, okay, I gave you 100%. You won 110. I give you 110%, and I give you my whole fucking body, soul, and mind. What else do you fucking want at this point?
And that's my concern. That's my concern.
Exactly. They just want ownership over the fucking whole person.
Yeah. And it's messed up because now we got a situation where everybody's looking at him crazy, and it's like, is he going to get another wide receiving job? You see what I'm saying? Because now his image is smeared, and that's what I don't like. I don't like that. If that is the case, and he was injured and everything checks out, now what? You know what I'm saying? Are y'all you gonna pay him his money out? Or can he get another chance with another team? Like, you know what I'm saying?
Exactly. So that's what I'm saying. Like, at this point, can he still get picked up by another team? These are the questions that needs to be answered, because at the end of the day, like we say, we always knew that the NFL is the closest thing to a slave auction. Right. The slave auction. But it's like, we keep clearly seeing that these motherfuckers really do have this fucking slave master mentality from the fucking GM and owners up until the fucking coaches. Like, these are their mentality, because it's just like, if me personally, a motherfucker tell me, hey coach, I'm hurt, I can't keep on going, all right, go sit your ass on the bench.
Period.
Like, if you not, because it's like, unless your ass get up and tell me you want to physically get back in the fucking game, you're not getting back in the fucking game no more. Like, that's just simple ass fucking coaching. Like, that's just showing, like, that's just compassion for your own fucking players.
Yep. I mean, but we saw with Urban Meyer kicking his kicker. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, but like I say,
that's the coaching.
Yeah, that's how they fuck. Like I say, they have like like I say, up and from the owner until the coaching staff, all of them have some type of slave owner complex. Where it's like, I own your ass. Like in reality, you really don't. You just employed me.
Right. You ain't doing the job.
And then it's like the thing is with the coaches and the players, in actuality, you niggas are co-workers. Like,
right.
So it's just like you don't really have. It's like ultimately this is your team, but it's like in reality we are co-workers.
Right, you get fired just like I can, fam.
So it's just like it's like, and that goes for any fucking sport in the NBA as well. Like, I'm just like, and it's sad to say, even though some of the coaches do end up being better players, being great players and becoming coaches, but it's like ultimately you motherfuckers are co-workers. You ain't the owner of this fucking team.
Respect me as such.
Respect me as you feel me. So yes, you have a level of authority over us, but ultimately we work together to get this shit done.
Exactly.
You feel me? And if we can't work together, which is being co-workers, what co-workers do, work together to get shit done, then this shit not gonna work out. And there needs to be some type of actual level of fucking understanding, and like there needs to be a breakdown of this shit, because at the end of the day, like me personally, had AB told me some shit like that, I would have sat on the bench too, and I wasn't even fucking hurt.
Yeah.
Right. If that was my man's and he told me, hey, these motherfuckers trying to run me in the ground, bro. No, we not doing that. I'm sitting my ass right on the bench.
But like you said, bro, it got to be some kind of, and I don't know their relationship, but it's got to be some kind of give and take. If one of my players tell me that he's hurt, he ain't, he gonna be more detrimental to the team hurt out there than he would be just sitting down and I switch up the play calling. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, you ain't feeling good. Go ahead, sit down. Fuck it, we running the 2 tight end system. Let's run it.
Okay, yeah. That's exactly.
We gonna take you to the doctor right after.
Yeah. Let's confirm that.
We're gonna find it out. Yeah.
If
you lying, then we will handle it. If not, then let's figure out your road to recovery.
But as we see, he wasn't lying. So it's like that's the ultimate part that I'm getting at, is like people focus so much on his antics as opposed to the fact that, hey, he really wasn't lying.
He's telling the truth.
And nobody really gives a fuck about that. But it's like at the end of the day, like I say, it kind of reminds me of the Kanye situation when he did the Taylor Swift thing. Like everybody, Kanye couldn't do. It didn't matter what the fuck Kanye did. All we talked about was him taking the microphone from Taylor Swift. You feel me? So it's just like it's weird. Like it's weird as fuck. Like it's like.
That's why I said it's that public perception, right? He had instances in his past. So without you even trying to figure out what the real story is, it's there goes AB again.
Yeah, no doubt. Hey, speaking of, he did post a picture with him and Kanye.
Yeah, he did. Kanye always gonna stand next to somebody who's in hot water in the news. That's like his thing now. Like
right.
Extra clicks for me. What up? Like support.
Hot.
Hey, now to keep us on sports, Djokovic, what we think about this? He can't get into Australia. Or I think they might have let him in because he's unvaccinated, and I think
he's the tennis player, buddy.
Yeah, I think he played when he was buddy. Yeah, Nikola. I think it's Nikola. I just know his last name. Yeah, Nikola Djokovic. But yeah, I know he's unvaccinated, and he might have played when he was exhibiting symptoms or something like that. But he was traveling to Australia for a tournament, and he got from the tournament he got
like a waiver for
an exception. A waiver. So they were like, you could still play even without being vaccinated, even though they would prefer that he would be vaccinated, but because he is who he is, they said, okay, cool, you can still do this. Now that doesn't mean that the whole country was rocking with him just traveling in without getting a test or anything first. So he had some trouble at the border. They wouldn't let him in. They questioned him and all that stuff.
I think also it was like
he's in.
I think he fouled, like originally what I was reading from whoever handles his paperwork, they filed the incorrect visa for entering without a vaccination. And so I guess there's a visa for vaccination for whatever he's playing. It's like the Australia Open or something like that.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
Australian Open.
Yeah, so there's a visa for that, and there's a visa that they needed to file with the actual country
Okay.
for this shit. And so I guess they didn't file the second one. So when he got there, it was just like,
Oh.
we can't let your ass do anything.
And then they turned it into
There's
a vaccination issue, huh?
Yeah, because it's just like, and
Oh.
like ultimately it was like, it was vaccination was the biggest part of it, but it was ultimately because they didn't file the correct visa. If I remember
All
correctly, because
right.
I remember reading the paperwork where they were like, he's not vaccinated. We already got the okay from the Australia Open, but they didn't do the visa shit with the actual country.
Right.
So it's just like that, like, yeah, you can come play for the Australia Open, but nigga, you ain't talk to us though. You feel me? So it's just like, it was just like kind of like you talk to the middleman, but you ain't get the okay from the big dog. You feel me?
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I got the experience like that, man. So I just went to Istanbul and I had to go through the EU, and then I went to Istanbul. So they stopped me at the airport. I didn't realize this, but you have to get not only have your passport and have them check all your papers and stuff and vaccination status, right? But they also require you to get a separate visa for their country. You know what I mean? Which I wasn't aware of. I was like, what the hell? Like I got my passport. Like, what does that even mean? You're gonna stamp it, right? You're gonna check it out. You know what I mean? Because I'm honestly not educated on exactly what the difference is. It's just an extra fee is as far as I knew. But yeah, a lot of countries are doing that though. Anybody coming in, they're making them. You're required to get their visa on their website. Pay their fee. So that's something new to me, honestly. So I'm not even
yeah,
surprised.
yeah, it's so crazy how there's this, like, with just visas and passports, all the shit, like
Yeah.
it's like,
And,
man,
and vaccine passports now. Some countries got.
oh yeah, no,
Yeah.
that's gonna be the norm. Like, you're not getting nowhere without a vaccination.
I just know they made this. I know they made a huge thing like, oh, this is a vax issue. But if it was really like, you guys just didn't do the paperwork, man. They were showing all this stuff on the news about, oh, there's vaccine protests and all that.
Right.
I'm like, damn, bro, it's a crazy time we're living in, man.
Big deal. Yeah. And they just didn't file the right paperwork.
Come on,
Yeah,
bro.
yeah, that's what I'm
Y'all
saying.
had a
So,
whole scapegoat. Oh,
Right.
it's a COVID thing. They trying to take me. Come
but
on, they was
it's
gonna
like,
let you in there
like,
without
they were
your
letting
vaccine.
his ass in. He just didn't have the right vaccine
Do the paperwork,
visa
bro.
for fucking Australia ass. You
Yeah.
feel me?
Oh
That's what I'm saying. It
man.
wasn't. That's what I'm saying. It started off as a visa. It seemed like it was some vaccination shit, but then ultimately, reality, was just this nigga didn't file the right paperwork.
See, and the
Right.
news didn't follow up with that. The news got me out here
It's the
thinking
media.
like, oh man, it's a big
If
debate.
they
Come
don't want to,
on, man.
it's the anti-vax versus the vax right now. So
Right.
Yeah,
that's
like
all
come
you
on,
gonna see, the
man.
They
propaganda
want
be.
the hot. Yeah, they want the hot news, the hot topic.
They
Oh,
they
not
they want you out there pointing fingers at people. You gonna
Yeah.
be at the grocery store.
we,
See, that's why Djokovic can't get it.
you
Like,
feel
oh
me?
my,
So that's
Right.
why we
Right.
actually need like an office version of the
yeah.
newscast, like the news world.
Oh,
Like,
we need that. We
that
need
that
that.
would be the most amazing thing ever.
Shit. Right.
Yeah.
Hey, somebody pissed on the snowman in Times Square. Shit. Front page. Boom. Who
You
did
Yeah.
it?
feel me?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
oh no, you said the R word. I'm sorry about that. But gee,
I
like
got you
stupid
with the
ass shit
bleep.
like that. Gee.
Oh man.
It's all good.
Oh shit, man. But
Hey.
hey, man, wrapping up. What's the climate like in Chicago, man? We had a huge snowstorm out here in Virginia. Just
Yeah.
the
East Coast got
past
hit.
week.
We
Hard,
supposed to
bro.
get
Like,
snow on
damn.
Thursday.
Got
I don't know
hit.
how many inches we getting, but like
Yeah.
right now our snow is on the the usual Chicago dead ice thing where it melts in the sun and then freezes overnight and tries to kill you in the morning.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's just like that's where we're at right now. But they say we're supposed to get snow on Thursday, but it's like 30s right now. It was cold as fuck this weekend though. I'm not even gonna start. I ain't even really try to go outside. It was cold as hell. I'm just
Yeah.
like, I just don't understand how winter works no more.
Yeah, it's 36 right now in Denver. So
Oh, yeah, it's warmer there. It's 34 here. Shit.
yeah, exactly. So it's up and down, but at least we're getting some kind of precipitation. I know these fires have been crazy, all over the country. So extreme snow on the east, fires on the west.
Yeah, man.
It is what it is nowadays.
Hey,
But,
man, stay dangerous. That's what all I can say, man. It's wild out there. Stay negative. Wear your mask. Keep washing your hands.
Wash your hands.
Yeah. Do all that, man.
Yeah, man.
Hey, take your vitamins. Eat your elderberries.
That's right. Drink your own
man. Stay hydrated. Stay hydrated, man.
Hydration is key.
And make sure you pay attention to what my the homie Dale Brown out of Detroit Dust. He teaching people on TikTok how to protect yourself. Anyone who puts a gun up to you, you can disarm them and all that.
That's right.
It's still crazy out there. It's still crazy out there. I watched the interview with him earlier. Good dude. I know a lot of people like to make him out to be a joke, but he got some good ideas on policing and how to help the communities out, and he's a brother, man. So definitely watch yourself out there, because it's some wild times we living in, for real.
Yeah. Hey, big ups to Dale.
Yes, sir.
Forgive these students.
Oh yeah, hold on. What song should we play at the end of this episode? What song should we play?
Man, we going with something off of Drip Season Forever.
Oh yeah, okay. All right. Yes,
I don't know.
Shout out Gunna.
Gunna really, I ain't gonna lie.
Wait, hold on. We got it. All right. Last topic, because we got to get into it. Gunna and Weekend drop. I need both y'all opinions on these albums.
I didn't listen to the Weekend. I had started playing it, and I realized
I listened to Gunna, not the Weekend.
I realized Gunna dropped that same week, that same day too. So I literally turned off the Weekend and started playing Gunna, and didn't turn on anything else.
I've been turned up, man. I haven't been in a weekend mood. You know what I'm saying?
I can't. Yeah, I'm like, ain't nobody got time for that.
Nah, it's 28. It's
First off, it's winter. That'd be depressing as fuck.
Hey man, listen. It's a brand new year, man. Full speed ahead. I just ain't had the heart for the weekend right now.
You know what I mean? Living wild.
It was an album about death. His album was about death. So
you see what I'm saying, man?
We ain't on that. We ain't on that.
Yeah. Maybe I listen to that motherfucker. Hey, maybe I listen to that motherfucker Cinco de Mayo or something. I don't know.
Yeah. All right. Hey, we gonna follow up next. We're gonna follow up next week with our full reviews on at least Gunna. But we're gonna follow up with some music reviews next week. But yes, sir. Episode 55. We're gonna end this episode with some Gunna.
It's the COD, man. It's the COD, man. That's it. Hey, I'm on a Kid Angel.
Yes, sir. Catch that. Wearable. Peace.
That's it. Look for the link.
Pushin P. Yeah, Pushin P. Turn me up. Turn me up, P. Pointers in the paddock, get my piece. I'm Pushin P.
Cop new hammers for my P. We don't want no peace.
Got a spot across the spot. Just for peace.
Drop the data, now we plantin' exotic peas. She not a lesbian for peace, she turned lesbian. Pushin P.
I'm Pushin P. On capital P, I write the president, count presidents.
Pushin P. Portuguese on her knees, mopping down a P.
She let me squeeze and she leave, cause she keep a P.
Private suite, privacy, bitch, I'm Pushin P.
Purple paint, pussy pink, bitch, I'm Pushin P.
Pushin P.
I'm Pushin P.
Pushin P.
I'm Pushin P.
Yeah. Pushin P.
I'm Pushin P.
Pushin P.
I'm Pushin P.
Yeah.
I pop a P, a paranoid. I can't sleep, my pockets deep. Got rest on me, why they watching me? I'm Pushin P. I'm Pushin P.
Pushin P.
I'm Pushin P.
Yeah.
Touch it, bunch of P, and okay, bought a P, not a pill of Porsche. Pushin P. 3 P's, pop. cussing. I never, she ready to get in the streets with me, no question. Too rich to text, I let my shorty forward it. Take the P at the alphabets, nigga try to sort it. I'm pushing P,
I'm pushing P,
I'm pushing P,
pushing P,
I'm pushing P,
pushing P, I'm pushing P, pushing P, I'm pushing